They should remember what I tell them. And now we get to what I think is the most interesting part of the test VM. This last source seems different. It's still scientific, but it's personal too. Asking and responding to questions, discussing personal opinion and hypotheses rather than just laying out discoveries. I believe this character is a high-ranking scientist working at the facility of Project Libitina. Here, I'll let it speak for itself. Beyond the eyes of the public, decades of favorable reputation don't have a third eye struggle to understand what current science tells them. I am disregarding the only prison is our material world. The gate of the Nexus extends beyond any comprehension of the material world. Name implies death, but of what? Only the material self. Our mission to become free of the material self is distanced from the religion which the Academy was once known to practice. Religion requires faith. This is undeniable truth. The observable changes in physical appearance, however small, already prove this to be more than the usual spiritual nonsense. Now this tells us a lot. The religious cult is called the Academy, but clearly things have changed in recent times. We're seeing, through the eyes of this character, the transformation of the Academy from an entirely religious venture to a scientific experiment. This view, however, is not accepted by the public. Again, as we read, it's implied that years of reputation have been washed away by their belief in the potential of the third eye, and that those with third eye potential do seem to have some subtle physical difference from normal humans. These lines of text also tell us that the ascension that they're trying to reach, our world, is called the Nexus in their world. And there's even more text coming from this individual, all about a mysterious new figure. Has become an increasingly scientific endeavor thanks to absolute genius and has made incredible contributions to Project Libitina, despite having no third, have given him the title of Guardian to reflect. This implies that our writer does indeed have a third eye, and that those without third eye potential are seen as lower class. However, this mystery person that the text mentions, this Guardian, has helped a lot despite not having a third eye. Again, I think that this is them talking about Renier. Renier seems to be our main antagonist in this new story, the one who created the third eye theories in the first place and the quote-unquote science to test it all out. But there is still one question left unanswered. Where does Monica fit into all this? She's been established to have a connection with VM2, able to see the horrors that await them because she shares memory with someone inside that virtual machine, but so far I've only mentioned Sayori, Yuri, and Natsuki. Well, I purposely didn't group Monica together with the other three girls for a specific reason. I don't believe Monica is part of Project Libitina like the others are. Instead, Monica is a nurse. The same nurse, in fact, that wrote the redacted poem that ends up in DDLC. Think about it. A nurse would have access to all the girls, the facility, the areas that she might need to go to in order to save them. But also, that redacted text in the poem leaves the words, "nothing is real," implying that it's been messed with by Monica to let you know that she knows about the simulation. But the real kicker goes all the way back to Paula's email, "Let's move on." We established in the last email that monitor kernel access is how Monica got her name. It also refers to her level of elevated access in DDLC. Well, in the next paragraph, Paula states, quote, "I'm gonna spin up a read-only hypervisor that we can use to test different ideas like this. The elevation level will be set to monitor adjacent runtime level access. MARLA, Marla, the name of our nurse, and it's the name of Virtual Machine 2's Monica variant. That runtime level access, by the way, is important. It means that in this game, this version of Monica isn't going to be all-knowing or all-powerful. She's just a nurse that's scared for these girls. And although she might not know the bigger picture, our Monica does, the one originating from DDLC. And remember, she's running around inside the body of Ive Laster. Two Monicas, one inside the game, one outside the game. This is even hinted at by another line of text from the scientist in the test VM. But my third eye shows me two of them I can't make sense of. So now that DDLC Plus has introduced the metaverse, I think this new game, whatever they decide to call it, has a couple options open for how it might end up playing. First, we might be jumping in and out of the game, using Marla's runtime level access to help Sayori, Yuri, and Natsuki inside the new simulation Project Libitina, while using the metaverse desktop to edit, move, and and delete files and computer settings with the help of DDLC's Monica posing as Ive, even helping the girls to escape the simulation entirely just like Monica did. Or there's option 2. Maybe it'll be a perfectly normal game on the surface where you'll have to socially engineer your way to figuring out who is who in these new skins and how to earn their trust without tipping the scales or scaring them away to tell the authorities. Or maybe there's option 3. It's a normal game that shatters into something completely different when you name a character Monica, Yuri, Natsuki, and Sayori. Who knows? There are just lots of different directions to take the idea. Just be on the lookout for any games about human experiments, angels, ascension, or people named Marla. Those will be our first clue. But hey, that's just a theory. A game theory. Thanks for watching.